Well, Friday was not a very nice day here in the Northeast. Nobody ended up getting any racing in, but I was able to do an interview. Originally, I was going to go up and see LeVea Jr., the 38-year-old, just won his very first Supermodified race ever. That's right, ever, last weekend out at Oswego Speedway. But we were able to do it here on the phone. We both had issues we had to deal with here at the house, so we're hoping everybody is okay. We're airing this one on Friday night, and hopefully everybody's okay and doing well, and hopefully the racetracks will be going today. Lou is going to be going for 2 in a row later today at Oswego. He is his home in Fulton right now. Lou, how are we doing today?
I'm good, Doug. How are you?
Good. How is everything? Is everybody okay up in Oswego County?
Yeah, just bailing out a little bit. The rain's been pretty heavy, and the basement's getting a little wet, but looks like the drain's working like it should. So we're all good.
3:30 is when we're recording this. Sun is actually coming out, so yeah, it's actually out here in Liverpool. It's out in Fulton as well. So really, I think we made out about as well as we could have, because they were saying this thing could stick around till Saturday originally.
Yeah, looks like we're past the worst of it. So hopefully stays fairly dry from here, and we can do some racing tomorrow.
Make sure to check your favorite racetrack's website. Obviously, at Oswego, they're dealing with a little different situation. They're pitted in the infield. So unless there's serious flooding, you guys should be good for Saturday, I would think, right?
Yeah, about the only thing I've ever really seen be a problem is the drain in Turn 1 at Oswego, but that seems to have been working fine the past couple of years. So as long as we don't have rain falling, we should be able to have the track in raceable shape.
So this is to be huge for you. I mean, I was there a month ago when you had that big wreck down in turn number 1. And here it is a month later, you get your first win. I mean, talk about a nice story. What was the big thing? What went right last week that hadn't gone right before?
Well, just had enough daytime speed to be competitive in the heat race, get our handicap spot. Because of misfortune, we started up front and just had a good raceable car. It was not a perfect race car, but it was good enough to hold on, obviously.
Well, so there's still work to be done to get it back to where it was?
Yeah, I mean, we haven't had the biggest grasp on the rule changes this year. We had a pretty good car there about a month ago. In warm-ups, we really had some daytime speed that we lack up until the point where it broke. And we're just trying to fine-tune. It's a fine line. You know, obviously having a car race in the feature is the most important thing, but you got to have that daytime speed to be able to get your best starting spot.
Do they qualify for usually out of the heat? Is that usually what it is?
Yep. Top 4 get their handicap spot back.
Gotcha. And where were you in the heat? Where did you start?
We started up front and drove away from this past week. So,
okay.
We won the heat and then doubled down and got them in the feature.
So how do we know what to do? Because I know just from talking to you guys, I don't know, but I know from hearing it from you guys that the track changes a lot. How do we know what to do after having that good speed in the heat and be able to keep it for the feature later when the sun's down and then the conditions are different?
I guess it just comes with experience. We've got a lot of years down there, and typically the track changes are similar week to week. Can be a little different based on the moisture in the air, but mainly we set up for the extra fuel load that alters the car in the same direction all the time.
That's true. Okay, how much fuel, and you can answer these if you want. I'm curious. How much fuel do you put in the car, and how much weight do we lose over the course of the feature?
So 27 gallons is what we fueled for the 40-lapper. Roughly 8 pounds a gallon, so you're adding a considerable amount of weight. And in the heat races, we run 10 to 12 gallons. So it really, depending on how your car's set up, can de-wedge or wedge the car and alter the handling.
How much do we use all 27 gallons usually, or is some of that to make weight?
Well, we had enough to get through. We don't have to make weight. Our car's a little overweight to begin with.
Okay, so you're worried about that.
But
okay.
I don't like to gamble with it sloshing. We've had the car start stumbling getting off the corner when we get low on fuel. So I like to finish with 6 or 7 gallons in the car to play it safe.
Okay, yeah, because the pickup's in the right side. So as it sloshes, sometimes out of the corner is when it happens, or is it when it goes in that you can stumble?
Typically out of the corner.
Okay, because it sloshes and sloshes back.
And rides up the side, and the fuel pump sucks air in.
Okay. And you feel that, obviously, and you at that moment, I'm sure you know exactly what it is.
That is a gut-wrenching feeling.
I can only imagine, and especially when you're looking at 5 to go or something like that, right?
Oh, yeah.
So when that happens,
it'll lay right down, and guys, it can put you in a jam where you bang the car up. Guys can get in the back of you. So
you usually have just a couple laps left to go at that point, or not even?
Yeah. I started running out last year with about 6 to go. It started laying down at the end of the season. So it'll usually make it home, but it's not doing much for lap times.
Yeah, and somebody else could come up on you real fast too. So then everything could get real bad. Now you got a whole other set of problems. So was it smooth all the way through? Did it pretty much do what you thought as the fuel burned off?
I actually thought the car was going to get better as the fuel burned off. We started the race free. Normally our car's a little bit free from the get-go, and as the fuel load burns off, it starts tightening up. But
okay.
I think we just leaned on the rear tires a little too hard, and we're still sliding there at the end.
So you were holding on a little bit, huh?
A little bit. I mean, it was controllable, but I couldn't drive as hard as I liked. If I drove the car any harder, then I think I would have opened the bottom right up for Dave Schulich. So
was he on you?
He was absolutely on us to.
Oh no!
Basically, the last half of the race, I seen the halfway flags and seen him overtake the O2 on the board.
Can you actually see the video itself and tell when somebody's on you, or not necessarily?
Yeah, I mean, there's enough time. We kind of got that perk, I guess, going into turn one.
Yeah.
It's like a rear view camera sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you can't watch the laps go by, but you can peek up there, and if the camera's on you, you pretty much know that you're not alone.
So when did you look up and see the O2 wasn't in second place anymore?
Right after we went past halfway, I seen the leaderboard order change. Dave had gotten the O2 right about halfway.
Mm-hmm.
And really, that car's fast.
Yeah.
It didn't take long for him to be up to the back bumper.
So what do you tell yourself in those moments, especially since before that and up till that moment there, you still hadn't won yet?
It's just got to try to keep your composure. I mean, you want to feel confident about it, but one of the best to do it is right behind you with many wins and a really dominant car. You just got to hit your marks, use your head, and try not to give up on it.
That's the biggest thing the guys tell me. Is you almost want to put blinders on and just concentrate on that next mark, concentrate on picking up that next throttle, brushing the brakes, whatever you got to do. Is it really just that simple?
If it was simple, everybody would do it. But I mean, if you start being reactive or panicking, you just make things worse. I mean, it's no different than running a time trial lap. If you slide the front end and then overdrive it the next time, you typically make your times worse. This was just I could have pinched the car off getting off the corner,
right,
and really slowed myself down. Really defending the bottom. I made a slight adjustment because I know where he's strong, and I knew where I didn't want to be vulnerable, but trying to focus on hitting marks and not giving one away.
Time's gone so fast. We're less than a minute left at this point. So can we get 2 in a row this week? What do you think? I mean, because obviously your attitude's going to be a little bit different when you climb in that car for the feature.
Yeah, we'll see. We banged the car up in the second feature, so hopefully we got it back where it belongs, but anything's possible. I don't go down there with the mindset of we can't win.
Say hi to Dad for me when you can tomorrow, okay? And if Canandaigua rains out, I'll be up to see you guys at Oswego. So, again, thanks for making time for me, Lou. I know you got busy today, so thank you very much. I really appreciate it.
Hey, not a problem, Doug. Thanks for having me.
Hey, guys, we're thinking about you. I know not all of you are in as good a shape as Lou and I are in here on Friday, so we're hoping you guys are okay. Whatever happens, you'll get through it, guys, and hopefully we'll have a nice distraction for everybody at the racetrack tonight. Make sure to subscribe, turn on notifications, have more cool stuff up for you as we're going to be somewhere on Saturday.